The worst version of you is the type of person that achieves one simple goal and he becomes complacent with it. He says it's enough, and the worst thing that he does that he doesn't even progress after that. He just sits there like a rotting piece of banana. And the best version of you, on the other hand, he's the type of person that knows the value of being the jack of all trades. He's the simple one that achieves one goal related to something else, achieves another goal related to something else. He simply has multiple skills. But the worst version of you, he says one skill for himself is enough. The reason why I'm wearing a Batman t-shirt for this video is, if you have watched any movie of the Batman, you can understand that Batman is simply not just the guy who knows how to fight. He is not just the guy who is rich, not just the guy who is smart. He is one man and he's a combination of all those things. He is rich, he is smart, he is fit, he can fight, and he is the hero of the Gotham City. He does all these things by being a single man, which I mean by being the jack of all trades. It's because you have a multiple skill set over things. So, in this video I'm going to discuss about how to be the jack of all trades. So the first step to being the jack of all trades is to choose the things that you want to do. Simple words, discovering yourself, discovering your interests, your hobbies, your habits. You discover all these things and you want to make progress in life. You want to be the type of person that has multiple skills. You do have to be knowledgeable. You do have to be fit. You do have to be rich. You do have to be all those things. But how do you do it? Well, most people, as I mentioned, become complacent with the things that they have. They feel that they have achieved the best thing that they can do by doing one simple good habit. And they just stop. But if you do want to be the jack of all trades, what you have to do is that you have to take up multiple good habits per day. Well, you have to go to the gym, or maybe you have to do some kind of exercise for you to be fit. And you have to also read books and study if you want to be smart. You have to also work on your business or work for 8+ hours if you want to be rich. But most people like to say that they don't have time. Well, you don't always have time. You have to use time. Right? If you don't have time, you have to use intensity instead of volume. The reason why you're not the jack of all trades yet is because you hide in volume instead of using it with intensity. Well, if you pick a very simple task, there is one thing that you can do that will complete about 80% of the task, and that does consume less amount of time. But what you do is that you do the 20%, the task that completes the 20% of that work, but that takes more time. Which makes you feel like you've done more work, but in reality, you've done only less amounts of work. So what you must do is that you must take up intensity while doing these good habits. The people who read for hours and hours and hours, but none of them ever take up the content inside their mind, is still doing a habit that is unproductive. And the people who say that they train, they do one exercise, they rest for 40 minutes and then they do the next exercise. Well, that is still unproductive. So if you want to be the jack of all trades, you have to use and utilize your time as a tool for you to be more successful. So what you must do is that simply be more intense while doing these habits. Be more focused. Right? But some people like to say that time is precious, time is gold. It is true. But having unused time without the basement of action is also useless. You still have free time in your day that you can pick up a new habit, a new skill that you can learn. So, without the basement of action, everything fails. Something is better than nothing. You've heard that quote before, right? Like, when you use the least amount of action that you can do in something, it's still better than you not doing anything, than you just sitting there, doing nothing. It's still better. If you have a business, and then you start to work for 20 minutes on that business every day, it's still good compared to you not even working on that business forever. That is true consistency. You can't do 100% on everything every day. Some things get 100% and some get 20, some get 50, some get 30% of your focus. And it must be that way. And when you have these long-term goals that you want to achieve, you have to pick 3 goals that are very important to you. And you have to put your focus, like 80% of your focus into those 3 things. And the other 20% can be used for other skill set, which is also productive things. So, I want you to understand that being a jack of all trades is still better than being a master of one. Make sure that you utilize your time in the perfect way and you put your full efforts by taking action over certain goals. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel, and in the upcoming videos I'll be coming up with other ideas and philosophies which will make you to be the better version of yourself.